All right, welcome aboard. Thank you for always tuning in and getting all what you need from to know around the globe. By the name of Nganda, Tomu Samadiba, we've come to say that we can dissect some issues going around the globe, especially issues concerning Uganda. Right now, as we speak, the temperatures in the political arena are boiling day in, day out. How in, how out. We should get to know the do's and don'ts. We should get to know how we can harmonize the situation so that we can fit all of us. Uh, the issue which is going round and moving around in the daily newspapers is the issue of Kawempe by-election, which has acted as a reflecting mirror of what we expect in the upcoming or incoming 2026 general elections. In the by-election, we are trying to say that we replace the deceased, late Sekrinya Muhammad, and very many people like 10 candidates have come up to show interest of taking over that constituency, that's Kalipe North. But as things unfold, we are seeing that things are not working as we expect them. The security apparatuses, that is the Uganda police, the UPDF, military, and the JAT, which is not constituted anyway in the Uganda Constitution of 1995, it has come to the forefront of like abusing human rights in these by-elections. This comes like some few weeks back when the National Unity Platform headquarters were paralyzed by the civil security forces coming from military, UPDF, JAD, SFC, the Special Forces Command, which is seen like protecting the president, but right now we are seeing it in operations. Things are running astray, and every person or concerned citizen of Uganda has to draw a very keen eye on what is taking place in the country. Uh, After all that, like invading and vandalizing the National Unity Platform headquarters in Kabule, things escalated. The Electoral Management Committee of NOB was abducted, taken to torture chambers. The likes of Lady Masawa Lukamba, very known lawyer, has to that. Uh, the likes of Mr. Lovin Ranyaga, the likes of Madam Madina and others, all abducted. And this brought and raised eyeballs of people who have responsibility in the country. That if the Economic Committee of NOB is taken like this way, what's going to happen in the upcoming general elections? Like after 4 days, when these people were badly beaten, the lady was badly beaten, Ranyaga and Grove and the fellow were badly beaten, and after alarms from His Excellency Bob Wine, these people were released. People got some relief, but after all that, we went into what we call nominations. Mr. Rimbas Nalukora Elias, the flag bearer of NOB, was badly beaten. The videos and pictures were very nasty to look at. The person is from nominations. In the morning, you had already abducted his agents who had to nominate him. After alarms, then you release them. On releasing them, he gets nominated. After getting nominated, again he's getting out of the premises of the electoral commission to go where he has to hold his rally at the Kawempe Bogo playground. You crowbar him around, you throw him on the ground, you pull him on tarmac. Things were very nasty. Things were very nasty. We thought that it's going to stop at that. The people who are doing this, they are tagged on their backs that they are from JAT, that's the Joint Anti-Terrorism Task Force, but they are wounded. They're hiding their faces. A person who's doing something legal, you cannot hide your faces away. He's beaten, drove to Kayempe police station. After getting him there, again release him. People like Dennis Site, Robert, beaten, thrown into drones. Really, things are not moving on as it is supposed to be, you know. And after all that, no organizes all that, and people like Madame Nami, who is from the NRM ruling party, she organizes the same. She is treated in another way, which is supposed to be treated actually, you know. All people who are nominated, they are supposed to be treated like Nami was treated, because that is the right way. You come, you beat up people claiming that they are putting on over red overalls, but also under her nomination, she was putting on a yellow overall and her people, which is okay. So why can't you leave other people like to enjoy the same privileges as other candidates are enjoying? Uganda police, this is raising very, very questions. The sitting government, this is raising very many questions. Journalists are beaten, you know, almost losing their eyes in the name of an election, in the name of we have to show them that we are in power, we are in charge. This has to stop. On the following days, as things unfold, people follow the roadmap of the Electoral Commission. Rimbas Nerobora had to have a rally at Kawempe Kazo, that is at Kawempe Kutano, as the new president, Mr. Bob President gets out of the party headquarters with his bodyguards. They find out like joint forces, that is JAT, you find the SFC, UPDF, wounded, having electric wires. You beat up people severely, you beat up journalists severely, you break people's legs. I mean, it's like the country is at war. No? It's like the country is at war. The things which happened on that day, serious terror. The forces unleashed terror on the citizens. No? You look what the DPC of one day police station beating people to mere death. This SFC lady who was their commander trying to pull them away from beating the people, but they couldn't listen. Using the solido, using everything. Yeah? Then after you unleash live blades within the masses, people try to see that they can go where they're supposed to go. You enter into the crowds, you beat them thoroughly. And if those masses didn't have people who are very mindful, who are very conscious, like Chagulanyi, he could tell them that please, let's fight for our lives. Let's do it in return. And the boys were ready to do so. But because in the first instance they were briefed by their president, because, but please, if we go outside there, even if somebody is like trying to engage you, leave him or her. And these people, all these youth, They have tried so much to act civil, but you want and you are like forcing them to drive in the direction which you want of being like terrorists. The boys you are using to be jet, they are not jet operatives. You got the boys from the streets. Some of them, they are seen to be moving around with the late Sobi. You bring them, you give them ammunition. These boys start pouring ammunition on people, beat them like they are beating animals. This must stop. You know, in a sinking boat, no one is safe. I was seeing this Madam Seninde talking like she's not a parent. I'm in the know that her son is in the British Army. You know, she's like not caring. She's enjoying the privileges. Madam Seninde, you should reflect that people who are Christo used to vote for you because you had that humility in you. And you come live, you talk like, you know, nothing happened. You know, those opposition boys, they are like, they connive with police, that it imposes these terror attacks on them. Really? Really? Madam Seninde, can you stand ground and you defend that? So, leaving alone the opposition, what about the journalists? You do all that, not minding that there are schools around. Why don't we learn from the past? In 2020, that is November 18th and 19th, the same thing happened. The forces unleashed bullets on people. People lost lives. Some of them still have bullets within their bodies. The person who was leading that group, General Cage, where is he? Only to come in the morning saying that General Cage is dead. You know, he fell from a stool when he was trying to reach out to things from a ceiling. And you other people who are in the forces, because you are taught to go and command certain operations, you can't learn from that, that after this, it is me. Why don't we learn? You come to Afadeka West, Felix, the way he talked about these people of the race rule. After a few months, he's nowhere to be seen. You talk about Janukare Kaihura. Kaihura he had power, he had authority, he had everything. Working with this man, this guy of Buddha Buddha 10, Abdullah Chitata, created militias, created this thing of crime preventers who were crime creators at the end. Thousands and thousands. This Abdullah Chitata with this Buddha Buddha 2010 found these students, younger students, nursery students, like they are putting on red, stopped the car, slapped the teachers, tortured the students, actually not students, tortured the kids, nursery, primary, nursery, middle, top kids, KG kids. You slap them, you force them to go and change to put on other clothes, and you people who are still leading these operations, you don't learn from the past. We should learn to learn. On Tuesday, I was seeing this Donald Rohesa on NBS barometer, trying like, nothing happened. Everything was okay. Salute to Madam Betty Namboze Bachileke, who brought him to order. You know, this thing of feeling like you have power should stop. Uganda has had governments. People tell us, fellow netizens, where are they? I saw Alhaji Abdallah Nasul. He died a miserable life. People died miserable lives. You mean you cannot die? I was seeing Mr. Felix Plaite, like saying, I cannot say Uganda going astray when I'm still alive. And I'm not going to die today. I still have very many things to do. Were his words. So you have started like behaving in a godly way. Even you predict when you are going to die, and when you are not having to die. Please, we should ask civil. Today you are in government, tomorrow you are not. Tomorrow you are having power and authority. Tomorrow you are a cockroach. I was seeing this army spokesperson crying, saying they don't know Jat. The police spokesperson Rosoke saying Jat belongs to your UPDF. Everybody was like tossing and tossing around this Jat thing. Because they knew and they know it is illegal. It has no any section, it has no any penal code where it is stipulated. People just wake up in the morning, they put up these things like this. That's how people woke up and they put up SFC, which were acting parallel to the National Army. We should revisit the way we do things. You have children, you have children. Right now, most of you are in your evenings, and others are their late evenings. Which country do you want to leave to your grandchildren and grandsons or granddaughters? Which country? Which type of country do you want? If you are doing such things, you want people to be humble when you are not humble. You want people to be humble and respectful when you are unleashing terror on them. Because you are deciding this thing of tossing that we don't own that, police owns it. Police says we don't own it, army owns it. People were like, please, If you are saying all of you don't own it, okay, next time we meet it, it's going better go for war. This is when the army spokesperson came out and said, please, we own it. After knowing that people are going now to be go ahead on corrosion, why should you wait that? I saw the Minister of Defense, Mr. David Mhos, in Parliament. Also, he was talking in a sarcastic way. Mr. Mhos, we know you as a gentleman. We know you as a sober general. For the time I have seen people in government and in the service, you are one of the people who I have lived to see and know, who are very sober when talking things. But even you saw, even in our MPs, we're like pissed off in the way we're like presenting and reading your documents in their presence. That we found the exhibits. Derek Nyeko was found with army pips in his car when they were terrorized. So the public should believe that because we have seen here around. One time you went, the army went with that jet. They surrounded and paralyzed the MP Nyeko's office. I mean MP Nyeko's home. They broke in. They went all over and around his home, within his bedrooms and everywhere. His wife was like put on Mulins with her child. The way you do things, it is very primitive and rudimentary. We should go back on drawing board, revisit what we have been doing, and we put it back to life. Seeing Ruweza, Kungu Adam trying to ask him questions, but not responding to the questions. Hmm? The Uganda police, the army, all of you became partisan. You were serving the ruling party instead of serving the nation. Why don't you copy your friends from Kenya? Why? They are very close. Why can't copy these people from Kenya? What is prompting the security to send a jet to Kayempe by elections or to send jet to elections? Should we say we have terrorists in the country? What is prompting the Uganda police or the army to send drones around? You pick this one, you pick this one, you pick this one, you pick this one. People come back when they are lame. And you think you are still in control. This is how countries went bad. Go to Somalia and other countries. This is how Siadi Barre of this world ruled bad their countries, and their countries are in anarchy. I'm telling you, our nation will not see Somalia come back to life again. Look what Ethiopia is trying to rebuild. But when you see the rumbles going around, the country is also at crossroads. Should we wait for that? You find people who are in government and holding positions of responsibility, looking on when things are like going out of hands. Mr. President, welcome to Museveni. You want to tell us that you are not seeing what is taking place as a commander-in-chief of defense forces? You are not seeing anything? Life is like normal as usual? Meaning that you are enjoying what is taking place? Mr. Kaindo Tafi, should we say that things are normal? You know, this thing of saying, a journalist was beaten, he almost lost his eye, but we are footing all the bills to see that everything becomes okay to his life. Really? I like those MPs from the northern region. The way they raise the matter. Eh? State Minister, Mr. Host, you cannot come and you deal that around on people's lives. We are paying bills. Are you the one who has been paying bills for him during all his life? So you will beat up people, crop at them, do everything you want because you are going to foot their bills when they get serious injuries. Should we act normal like that? And in the same lenses, you are seeing Mr. Charles Bukenya Mufawala, a Ugandan American citizen, abducted because of his affiliation to NUP, because of his affiliation to Dr. Chiza Besigye. People who don't know Mr. Charles Bukenya Mufawala, this is a media personality who was working at Radio Simba 97.3 years around 1999 to 2005. And he was very vocal and equivocal in the way he was agitating for change. He was a very good supporter of Dr. Warren Chiza Besigye. He's one of those people who went to pick up Dr. Chiza Besigye when he was coming from South Africa. And that group, when things like were running out of hand, and Dr. Besigye was facing serious charges imposed on him or slapped against him by the state, other people were like being told by security operatives, the likes of Charles Bukenya Mufawala. This is why he ran out of the country to USA. And his abduction is also raising eyeballs. I saw again Felix Kulaije talking like, he's in charge. He's in charge. Saying, Trump had said those people who have lived in the USA for 10 years without papers, they're going to be deported. But not putting in mind that the person he's talking about, he's a US citizen. He's a leader, a union leader in USA. That kind of cheap talk from people who have position of responsibility over the country should come to an end. You give comments without making Tarabaka check because you want to sound like yes, you made a certain comment. Really? And you think the country and the world will take you serious? Other people, other people have seen certain videos going around on social media, especially on the page owned by Mr. Chris Sekamate, an artist. The way people are tortured in those drone cars by the security operatives. You know, getting a polythene bag, you light it, then you start like making it to drop on somebody's body, being tied, people crying in pain, severe pain. Oh my God. People tied being beaten like they are beating snakes. Anybody should visit the Facebook of Mr. Grace Sekamati. He has those three videos there. I couldn't put them here. It is, they are very nasty. A person is comfortable, and I know these people in security, they recorded these videos to throw them on social media so that they can impugn and plant that fear within the populace. They are planting that fear within the population that you see, even we did this to your friend. Also you try it. You're going to face the same repercussions. UPDF, military, the Uganda police of Uganda. This is what you are sending to the population that they should fear for their lives. When you get them into your hands, they are going to face the same things. And you think people are going to fear? You have done very many things and people are like becoming fearless. At first, in 2016 elections, what you did, you brought a certain army in the elections. People got used to it. You got military into elections. Because this military is moving now within the people, people are getting used to it. People are no longer fearing it. They know their weaknesses. They drink with them alcohol. They eat with them food in bars and restaurants. They know they are like scorning the same women. They know their weaknesses. Now, and for you in the first place, you thought that when you send the military into the people, you are like sending fear into their hearts, which was not the case. From there, you got SFC, you threw it into the people. People are getting used to it. They know their weakness. They know how they behave. From there, you are running downstairs. You got jet, you threw it into the people. But before all these things happened, we should go back to Kalanga Action Plan, that militia, which was made by Mr. Kakoza Mutali, Chiboko Squad, Border 2010, the crime preventers, 22 crime creators. People got used to them. Right now, you are at JAT. You are getting these boys from slums. You hoodoo them. You give them ammunitions. They come unleash terror on the populace, and you think the population is going to just sit down when there are these people trying to terrorize them, they will not. That's why I told you should go back and think, then rethink. You should go back on drawing board. You should know that you are serving a country. You get the boons into the security apparatuses. Really? Mr. Muhammad, head of Uganda Police Force. The spokesperson, Mr. Rushoke. Really? Should we run that way? And people were denying this force. The question arose, if you are denying that you don't, all of you don't own this force, then who arrested the people and took them to Kawempe, took them to Wandega police stations? Who arrested them? Who took them there? If all of you are think like you don't own them. And I can't say that the president is out of the knowledge of this. I cannot. He knows everything which is going on. I was telling the people, the population, that you are seeing today Muvawala is being mistreated. You are getting a backer seat, later until it comes on your doorway. People have been crying of these drones day in, day out. People have been tortured with these people in the drones. And people were like saying, we are less concerned. That is no business. Later until people have been caught directly, I saw Mr. Kaibanda, Samogere, a prominent supporter of NLM. There is the words which he used, the videos going around when he was praising this ruling government. Later until they got his brother, Charles Bukenya Mufawala. This is when he came out and to cry loudly. And people are laughing at you, Mr. Smoking. When they came for the Jews, you waited for the other people. When you waited for them, it came for the Catholics. Later until it came to you. You realize that things are serious. So, I make a public outcry to all people. When you see your fellow citizens are being mistreated, are being clobbered, please resist that. Our constitution stipulates for that. Resist it. Nobody should beat any other person. If you get a person in the wrongdoing, let the law take course. We should go back on the drawing board. We should go back and think for the betterment of our country. If we don't do so, the worst is coming to the worst. Like Mr. Kenya Mvora, who had an interview with Ghetto TV, he said this, that once the government doesn't change in 2026, we should prepare for the worst for the coming 50 years. And for any proper sounding minded people, we should think of that. Anarchy is on the doorway. Total anarchy is on our ways. I would like to stop here, but let's go back on drawing board. Uganda police, military, UPTF, DC JAT. Please, let's go back on drawing board. The EC, even I was forgetting to talk about the EC. The EC, you know, there are things which happen in my country, and I feel very bad. You know, you have just been displaying uh, files for people to register for the coming elections. When it comes to Kawempe, serious infiltration. In 2021, Kawempe as a whole, the whole division, it had 390 voters. When you come to Kawempe North as a constituency, it had 160 something, I mean 169,000 something. Then you come after registration of this year, you tell us that Kawempe North has increased by 35,600 voters. Who teaches you mathematics, really? Hmm? You come and you power in all those voters so that you can easily carry out the vote ranking. I would like to applaud secretariat led by Mr. David Leos Lobongoya, Madam Nambos and others, who took it to them so that EC can explain this mess. The same mess WUBOS did in some areas when they were counting people. It's the same mess EC is doing now. If we want our country to be harmonious, to live in harmony, why do these frivolous things? Why do these improper things? Are we building the country forward, or we are like making very many steps backward? If electoral commission can do this in the name of vote ranking, what else cannot they do? Should we say that it was a mistake? Also, other constituencies, it was a mistake because people are like publishing all this now. Should we? And because Kawempe is going to by elections, and we got access to the register, this is when this was notified. Please, you already say that you want to build a stable country. A stable country with improper political arena cannot be at peace. As I told you, in a sinking boat, nobody is safe. So, those who are thinking that they are safe, I laugh at you. I saw these TikTokers going around to Gulu that they are trying to market Uganda. You think Gulu doesn't have people? You want to communicate to us that Gulu doesn't have people? Their claim was like, Uganda has got very many things this government has done, but people are not appreciating, they are not seeing this. My brothers and sisters in that group of TikTokers, You should get this. Nobody can teach a child to love his or her mother. You cannot tell the world and the country that for you who are coming from Kampala, no Guru and Northern region like the people in Guru. I'm telling you. And when I was looking at you, most of you are Baganda people. The person who had that deal above Frank is the only Western guy in that group. So the Baganda, you are just easily used as wheelbarrow pushers. You get some breadcrumbs and peanuts, then you call it a day. You people, the world is watching. Today we're getting that 1 million of doing that all some money, but the world is watching. You are like making people to be gullible at this stage and time. People's eyes are open. They can't be gullible at that level. That's why I'm trying to call you to think and rethink. When you go to the another side of UCC, Uganda Communications Commission, on orders of the CDF, Chief of Defense Forces, Bisamhos Kaineruka, saying that journalists and station owners should be taken to Champwas for training. And Mr. Barugahare, the Minister of State for Youth and Children Affairs, was like saying it is a must. You have started acting upside down, forcing people to go to Changwanze because you want like to corrupt their minds, to speak what fits you. It can't be a one fits all theory. It can't be. If you want a one fits all theory, you have to do things which are proper. You have to. When you don't do things which are in line and which are legal, no person is going to carry that respect to you. No, no person, nobody. In everything we do, we should think. I would like to salute all the religious leaders in the country, especially those prominent leaders, the Catholic Church, some of the Anglican Church elements, leaving aside Mr. Kazimba Mugalu, who is just enjoying the eating plate, the Muslim fraternity, the Orthodox Church, some of the Pentecostal churches, who have tried much and much to raise their voices to stop these injustices. Day in, day out, I applaud you. I hold you in high regard. It's not easy, but you have brought the occasion to see that place. This country belongs to us. And if not you, nobody will be. We have to resist this impunity. We have to make sure everybody is treated equally for the betterment of our country. I would like to stop here. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. For God and my country Uganda. Awangalia isara saja.